Hi, I'm Amber Kraxberger Linson, Streamwatch Volunteer Coordinator for the Chugach National Forest, and I'm here to talk about the Upper Kenai River Streamwatch sites. The Kenai Russian River confluence lies 110 miles south of Anchorage and 40 miles east of Soldotna. Surrounded by the Chugach National Forest and the Kenai National Wildlife Refuge, this unique area combines world-class fishing opportunities, important cultural heritage sites, and spectacular scenery. Each year, over 150,000 people visit the Russian River Campground, ferry access, sportsman's boat launch, and Russian River Lakes Trail, and Quebec cultural sites. The Dena'ina people have lived in this region known as Squatnu, or Ridge River Place, for thousands of years. It remains an important site for present-day Alaskans. The main sites that Streamwatch operate out of are the Russian River Campground and the Russian River Ferry. The Russian River Ferry, Sportsman's Boat Launch, and Russian River Campground are operated by Alaska Recreation Management. They are very friendly, helpful folks, and some of them are Streamwatch volunteers. The Russian River Ferry and surrounding areas are managed by the Kenai National Wildlife Refuge, a part of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Its busiest times are June 11th through August 30th. Much of this area is designated wilderness, which means there are not developed trails or human structures. Due to the Russian River being the border between the Chugach National Forest and the Kenai National Wildlife Refuge, there is a management agreement to work cooperatively together. This area is accessible via ferry, or you can walk over from the Russian River Campground after crossing the Russian River. The Russian River Campground is located in the Chugach National Forest, which is a part of the United States Forest Service. From this area, you can hike all the way down to the Kenai Russian River confluence area. You can access that off of the Angler Trail, which is about 2 miles of trail that runs along the Russian River. If you're up for a different hike, you can go all the way up to Russian River Falls and see fish jump up falls parts of the year, and that's about 2.4 miles from the parking lot. Its busiest times are from June 11th to September 15th. Due to the high number of recreational users, anglers, and wildlife in the area, special regulations are in effect at the Russian River confluence and surrounding areas. These include all attractants and equipment used to cook and store food must be stored in a bear-resistant container, enclosed in hard-sided camper, or stored in your vehicle. That pertains more to people that are staying for the entire weekend, camping out, more campground specific. On the river, all personal items such as backpacks must be within 3 feet of you, preferably on you. That is just so if you're out fishing and a bear, pops out of the woods right next to you, the idea behind that is that you are an arm's length away from being able to grab your bag, put it on, and move out of the area if need be. Unfortunately, we have had bears get a hold of backpacks, and once they know that there can be food and rewards for that, they will come back time and time again and grab backpacks from people. Stringers of fish must be kept within 12 feet of you. Basically, if you don't know, a stringer is just a string that you run through the mouth and gill plate of your fish that you catch, and then you just tie it off, hopefully onto you, or if not, onto a log within 12 feet of you. And the idea of that too is that it's in close enough distance that you can access that stringer and move your fish out of the area if need be, if a bear comes by. Pets must be leashed at all times. That's just a very good rule in general. There are a lot of bears and other wildlife in the area, and so having your dogs on a leash under control is a good idea. Discharging a firearm is prohibited except in defense of life or property. No warning shots, no hunting. You'll see a lot of people carry firearms for their own protection on the river. However, if people are shooting them off for fun, if you feel comfortable, just let them know that that's not appropriate for that area. There's usually a lot of people around, and so discharge of firearms is usually a bad idea. Most people aren't thinking about what's beyond the target that they're shooting at. You can inform visitors of these special regulations. They are informed when they come in through the campground and when they come in through the Russian River. However, a friendly reminder sometimes goes a long way. Stream Watch folks are not law enforcement, and so if you remind them and they fail to comply, that's fine. You can let myself, the Stream Watch coordinator, or if you see law enforcement or any other river techs, just let them know the situation, and then they can go and chat with the folks. Fishing regulations in the area. There are a lot of them, and I'll state just right off the bat, you do not have to know them all. It's nice if you know what the fish counts are, and if you know emergency closures, opening, that kind of thing. However, and it's good, you can go on to the Alaska Department of Fish and Game website and get the fish counts and sign up for their emergency notification emails. It's just kind of nice to be in the know. But once again, you are not law enforcement, you're not required to know all the different fishing regulations. Just encourage people that, it's their job to understand the regulations, to know the regulations when they're coming in and fishing that area. So if they have any questions, on the back of the fishing regs book, there is a number that they can call. I think it's Monday through Friday, like 8 to 4:30, and they can ask any questions of the people that wrote the book on regulations. So that's usually where I refer people if I don't know the answer to a question. So what is there to do at the Upper River Stream Watch sites? With 150,000 anglers that come in, cleanup is the biggest thing that we got going on with our Stream Watch volunteers. There's usually, a couple beer cans, couple food wrappers that escape from anglers that are down in the area. So there's usually a lot of trash pickup, monofilament pickup, lots of fishing line that gets left behind by folks. Hopefully some of them put them in the monofilament tubes, which makes it very easy for us to go and clean. All we have to do is just dump out the tubes into trash bags and then separate the monofilament out from the trash and the recycling. Very, very easy for us to do. And then pick up trash along the trails. This can either be along the Angler Trail or on the Russian River Falls Trail. And yeah, so once you pick up the trash, we got to do some stuff with it. And one of those is cleaning fishing line. And there you can see our volunteer Jean having a good time. And what we mean by cleaning fishing line is getting the big chunks of either fish or dirt and stuff out of them. We cut out the hooks, the weights, and then once the line is nice and clean, we can send that off to a company that will actually recycle it into other products. So, and the weights and flies that we cut off the line, if they're in good shape, we put them out for the public so they can, reuse them. Some folks show up to the river and have, the completely wrong fishing gear because they're thinking fishing like the lower river, and so they got 1/2-inch hooks instead of the 3/8. But lucky for them, we have all that stuff available for free right there at the river. So they can take as many flies as they want and weights, and then we also provide public information. So a lot of folks, have questions about wildlife in the area or just what there is to do in Cooper Landing. We get a lot of which way is the trail from here, and it's nice to be able to point that out. So some other things that you can do, you can hike along the Angler Trail. Like I said, that follows down the Russian River all the way to the confluence. Or if you're up for a more adventurous hike, you can actually go up all the way through the canyon, up to the falls, and hike all the way and around. So it does require some a good level of fitness in order to do that, and usually waders or rubber boots. Or you can take the very well established trail to the Russian River Falls. That's about 2.4 miles. Talk to anglers about special regulations and watch out for bear activity on both of those trails. We always like to know who if anyone has seen a bear, how many bears, what the bear's general mood was. Was it just passing through? Was it eating some berries? Was it chewing on a carcass? That kind of thing. So any sort of bear reports, we like to get reported back to us, and there is a spot in the caches where you can write down any bear happenings that you have seen that day. We also have river cleanups. And so we get the raft out, we float down and hit, very well-used points along the river. There are some designated camping sites, so we can go and pick up trash and clean up the fire pit areas. And just enjoy an amazing day on the water, because that's a great way to experience a river, is to float on it. So as you can see, there's a lot of work to do on the Upper River Streamwatch sites, but the most important thing that we can do up there is have fun. So if you have any questions on this, feel free to contact the Upper River Streamwatch coordinator, and I'll help to answer any questions you have.